Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to JWE Monday Night Jayromoda. We're here in the windy city of Chicago, Illinois, where we're back from our spring break and are immediately prepared to take on the Elimination Chamber coming up in May. Tonight, Samus Aran takes on Mukuro Ikusaba in a rematch of her failed title defense at ATO, where she can only make it to the second round of her Roulette Match. Meanwhile, Sharla takes her talents to the singles division as she takes on Tenko Chabashira. Brosona square off against Torna in a championship match, and Gundham Tanaka looks to bounce back after his difficult loss to Nier to take on Shinjiro Aragaki. So sit back and get ready for an exciting night, because this is Jayromoda. And here we go, starting off our night with a Tag Team Championship matchup. Introducing first, making their way to the ring, they are the challengers. It is Yun Arakami and Yosuke Hanamura making their way to the ring with Kanji Tatsumi, Brosona. And their opponents, they are your men's Tag Team Champions. Making their way to the ring with Petroka, it is Torna. And I am not going to be surprised in the slightest if this thing ends via like countout or some sort of dirty trick. Because remember, disqualification or countout, whatever, the belt stays. It has to be a clean win by Brosona to get the belts back. So with Petroka ringside, you never quite know.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the Men's Impact Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 289 pounds, Yosef Muta and the Blue Bloods. And their opponents, at a combined weight of 297 pounds, the Men's Impact Tag Team Champions, Angus and Michael, the Acolytes.
Here we go. Handing the belts to the referee. Who will be handed them back at the end of the night? Well, at the end of the match. Yosuke Akos first in the ring. And referee rings the bell in the middle with Yosuke immediately beginning with a right roundhouse kick and a flying clothesline, going for the cover immediately. Early 2 count. Not entirely sure if that's more like Akos trying to play the mind games or if that really was a legitimate 2 count. Akos elbowing out of the corner. And setting up Yosuke with a possum pin, but not even a 1 count. Akos working Yosuke into the corner, small package driver into another cover. There's 1, and that's going to be it. Akos along the outside, spring or a slingshot senton, and a stomp to the wrist. And now Kanji trying to get Akos attention as Yosuke slowed to his feet. And now Yosuke rolling Akos up. Not even 1. And now Yosuke and Akos having a little bit of fun in the ring. And now Petroka just yelling at the referee. I'm more disappointed that the referee missed all of that action because, oh my god, that was good. Trebuchet suplex from the 2, from Brosona. And now rolling up, that's going to be a rope break. And how is Petroka still in this match? I thought she would have been ejected, but nope, she's still here. And now Kanji with the sledgehammer, because sure, why not? If their manager can cheat, so can he. Wrist breaker from Yu. And now Narakami with a knee to the knee. And again, just working on that lower base. And Narakami going for the cover, only 1. Picking Mikhail back up to his feet. Mikhail with a nice slip out to the back. Kicks to the thighs. Narakami with the reversal. And ahead says a Hurricane Rana. Akos looking for the cover, not even getting it. Not even close to getting it as Narakami tossing Mikhail into the corner, tagging in Hanamura back in. And another tag team attack here. The neck snap, the elbow drop. Perfectly executed all-out attack. And now a senton into the cover. And here comes Akos to break it up as Mikhail kicks out at 1. And now Yosuke focused on Akos. Mikhail just allowing it to happen. Up, over, looking for the suplex, looking for the power bomb rather, but Hanamura fights his way out of it. A little bit of redecoration from Kanji as Petroka distracting Hanamura. Hanamura elbowing out of the grapple of Akos. And a jumping DDT. Looking for the crossbody, but Akos gets out of the way. Super kick into the float over DDT. And now Hanamura crawling to the corner. Akos positioning himself just to stomp down on him. Flying crossbody from Akos. And the cover. Narukami in to break it up, accidentally hitting the referee in the back. The tides of war have shifted. And Akos with the ATL. Spin out slam from Akos. Narukami looking for the tag, not getting it. Akos with a leg drop right across the throat. Now Akos hyping up the crowd, looking for the super kick, but not connecting, and now a roll up. Not even one, and again, Petroka just pulling the referee out of the ring. And now Hanamura using the exposed steel as a weapon. How is Petroka not ejected? Now she is. Now Petroka's out of here. Cardiac kick from Hanamura as Mikhail breaks it up. Referee finally growing a backbone. And a knee eater from Yosuke. Leg breaker. Akos to the outside, climbing back in. Well, trying to climb back in, but Hanamura saying stay along the outside. Bashing his spine against the apron. Being on the outside, sure makes sense, but it is dangerous, especially, well, okay. Bouncing off your manager, that's not necessarily bad. Small package driver along the outside. There's 4, and now I'm starting to worry. If I'm Narukami, I'm heading to the outside. I'm helping out Yosuke. There's 8. And it's a race back into the ring, and, well, technically Hanamura won that. By virtue of, well, making it before 10, but also heading into the ring before Akos. Here's the cover. 1, 2. Hanamura kicks out. Akos tossing Hanamura into the corner. Tagging in Mikhail, looking for the chain attack. Axe handle drop to the spine, and now trapping the arm, stomping down on the hand. And Mikhail along the outside, as there's a motorcycle just ripping it outside of my window. Hanamura crawling to the corner. Gets the tag as Mikhail just leaning against the ropes. Flapjack. And Narukami turning Mikhail around. And now a sleeper hold as that Akos breaks up. And again, Akos eating a signature that was meant for Mikhail, and now going for the pin against Mikhail. There's 1. Only 1. Perhaps you should focus on the legal person. The crowd on their feet. Again, the belt in jeopardy. Petroka, Akos, Mikhail, all trying to do everything they can to prevent the belt from changing hands, even if it means less than savory tactics. Toss to the corner, tagging in Yosuke for one more chain attack. Well, another chain attack. One more would imply that this is the last one. And a neck breaker into a cover from Hanamura. This might be it. Finally, the belt might be changing hands. Uno, dos. No. The absolute resiliency. Hanamura tossing Mikhail back into the corner. Tagging Narukami back in. Another chain attack. The double super kick. Narukami takes out Hanamura back in. Not entirely sure why Narukami didn't go for a tag, or not tag, a pin. Float over neck break from Hanamura. Flying to the top. Spiral tap. Into the cover. Might this be it? 1, 2, 3. And the belt, which has stayed stagnant for a while, finally has a new owner. Well, the belts finally have new owners. And I wasn't wrong, like, Torna absolutely tried everything they could, but, good to see the referee finally growing a backbone. And honestly, this might have been a turning point. Petruka finally getting evicted or ejected. And that was also a nice cardiac kick. Also here, like, Akos eating 2 signatures meant for Mikhail. That's pretty good. It's pretty good tag tactics. But the move to end the match, that spiral tap from Hanamura, getting the 3 count, and not just that, getting the belts. And next up,
the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Nakata, Japan, Tenko Chabashira.
introducing first, she is the ultimate Aikido master, Tenko Chabashira. And her opponent, representing the Mech Femmes, she is one half of your Tag Team Champions, Sharla.
And her opponent, representing the Grinders from overseas, one half of the Women's Impact Tag Team Champions, Sandra.
And I am fully expecting this to end in a submission. I know it won't because, well, We still can't hold on to submissions for some reason, 2K, but like these two being extremely skilled in the technical side of this sport. Yeah, a submission is completely on the table. And here we go, Tenko, Sharla, both ready. And refereeing's bell in the middle, with Sharla immediately avoiding the grapple. Tenko turning that into an enzigiri. Just trapping the hands, stomping on the upper arm. And now immediately using all of her strength to pick up Sharla by the leg. Looking for a submission that Sharla just gets out of. Tenko potentially showing her cards early. But if you have a good hand, that's not necessarily a horrible strategy. And now finally both women locking up in a collar and elbow. Sharla slipping out to the back. Tenko in a rear waist lock. And now Tenko throwing Sharla down with an arm drag. Headlock. Looking just like DRV3. And now Sharla trying to get back up to her feet. Tenko maintaining the hold against the neck. But Sharla sending Tenko for an Irish whip. Elbow drop, and yep, my capture card is still being weird. Sharla rolling Tenko around, and a leg breaker. Locking up again. Tenko pushing Sharla back into the corner. Referee having to break them up. And Tenko, the quick shot to the leg, picking Sharla up on top of the corner. And setting her up for something big. Avalanche slam, and now a figure four lever pull leg breaker. Tenko stomping down on the hand. Picking up Sharla, but Sharla with a jawbreaker getting out. And an Irish whip. Diving underneath. Tenko bouncing off her, and now a roll up into a pin. Not even one. Tenko just unloading down on Sharla. Getting her back up to her feet. And now Tenko, middle rope, diving knee to the chest. And a side slam. Looking for one more. I'm expecting this to be a release suplex. Yep. And we have Orbit. Here we go for the cover. 1, 2, 3. And Tenko barely wasting any time in that match, making it look easy. And going up against a champion like that, that's putting the entire division on notice. And our next matchup. Introducing first. It is Dr. Eggman.
Making his way to the ring from Authority Megacorp HQ. Weighing in at 300 pounds, Dr. Eggman.
And I am absolutely noticing that this division is turning into two smaller divisions. Nekomaru and Jin, and then Eggman and Zenkichi. Yeah, we were not anticipating this, but here we are. Entertain us. And his opponent, he is your men's undisputed Universal Champion, the leader of Torna, Jin.
And his opponent, representing the Acolytes, from Pangea, weighing in at 254 pounds, the Men's Impact Universal Champion, Jim.
And yeah, like what I was saying during Eggman's entrance, this division has basically been splintered. Jin and Nekomaru being the only two that could actually fight for the belt, and then we have Eggman and Zenkichi just kind of there. Hopefully tonight doesn't continue that trend, but personally I don't see how it doesn't. And here we go, both men ready. They meet in the middle with Eggman immediately with a hammer to the back of Jin's spine. And Jin with an enziguri in response. They're trying to pick up Eggman, but Eggman elbowing out. And sending Jin for an Irish whip elbow to the chest. Taking him up, tossing him to the side. And Jin with the reversal sending Eggman down. And now just bouncing his head off the canvas. Snaking around. Turning Eggman around, knee to the chest. Clothesline. And looking for the stomp. Eggman back up to his feet. And Jin with the reversal. Eggman pushing Jin away. Clothesline sends them both down. And now Eggman forcing Jin up over his shoulder, bouncing him off the top rope. And the cover. 1, 2, no. And Eggman with a rolling backbreaker. And just stomping all 300 pounds onto his hand. Look for the senton, but Jin gets out of the way. And now Jin just tackling the leg. Looking for the stomp, Eggman back up to his feet. Jin with a double leg drop kick. And Eggman again just attacking the kidney. Going for the cover. 1, still only 1. And now a pin using the ropes, and the referee seeing that, calling it off. Now Eggman turning Jin around. Up. Just throwing him aside. And now Jin with a Thez press. Dragging Eggman away from the ropes. And now the dangling DDT. And the cover for good measure. 1, 2, and Eggman kicks out. Eggman along the outside, and Jin just sending them both to the outside, back into the ring, and now Eggman trying to get back up to his feet. Does, but don't think he really knows where he is. And Jin greeting him along the outside again with a suplex, but Eggman kicks his way out. Eggman with the belly-to-belly suplex off of that reversal. And now Eggman with the cover. How is that not a rope break? One. Well, it's a kick out. And somehow still only at 1. Eggman throwing Jin back into the ring. Walking him to the northeast corner. And now Eggman, what is he looking for here? The bonsai no, the wet nap, but no, not the wet nap, the wet blanket? I don't know, it's something like that. It's only a 2 count. The egg splash, sure. And Jin somehow fights out of the grapple. Right hand, clothesline, looking for the comeback. And the cover, 1, 2. Eggman kicks out. And Jin with the splash. Now stomping down on Eggman's hand. And Jin looking for another dangling attack. Not a DDT. And the cover. 1, 2. Eggman still with the resiliency to kick out. And Jin just stomping down on his opponent to the chest, to the chin. And the cover again, 1, 2, and 3. And again, Eggman and Kichi, these two can put up good resiliences. Good defenses against the top 2, but they can never pick up a win. And again, a good effort from Eggman, but all for naught. But just how long will these types of matches continue until Jin eventually breaks? And now our second tag team matchup of the evening. Introducing first, making their way to the ring with Rise Kujikawa. It is Chie Sadanaka and Yukiko Imagi, the Twin Dragons. And their opponents making their way to the ring with the Uni. Oh god, excuse me. It is Senna and Mio, the Silverflame. Well, technically Ouroboros, but same thing. Here we go, Chie and Mio, the first in the ring. And referee rings the bell to meet in the middle with Mio immediately beginning with a right elbow and a double foot stomp. Forcing Chie back up to her feet. And sending her back down with a belly to back suplex. Elbow to the shoulder. And Chie elbowing out of the grapple, turning Mio around. Sweeping the leg. And breaking the arm. And again. Mio with the stunner. And a kick right to the chest, using the rope as leverage. Chie crawling to the corner. Mio just watching Chie tagging out. And Yukiko dodging that clothesline, but Mio right back on the offense. Now Yukiko walking Mio to the northeast corner. Stomping right on the calf. And Mio turning that offense around, kick the thigh, and turning Yukiko around. Yukiko back on the offense with a nice few combos. Mio again turning that around, knife edge chops, trying to walk Yukiko back to the Silverflame corner. And never mind, tossing her to the northeast corner. Yukiko with a reversal, getting the arms up just in time, and now clothesline. And Mio finally taken out. Senna's Senna's in the ring for the first time, and immediately greeted by a crossbody splash. Now Uni getting involved. Yukiko with a reversal though. And Senna just throwing the knees into the chest. Going for the cover, not even a 1 count. Senna taking out, Mio back in, Yukiko crawling to the corner. And tags out Chie back in. And Chie with a running facebuster. Elbow right to the chest. Stomping down on Mio. Middle rope. Cross by splash. And the cover only going to be 1. And now Mio pushing Chie down, go for a impromptu pin. Or a surprise pin attempt, only going to be 1, but there's a strong right hand from Mio. Forcing Chie back up to her feet. And a rolling suplex, forcing Chie back up yet again. Kicks to the chest. And a spinning back heel kick for good measure. I mean, you could have gone for the pin immediately, but I guess we're dragging you away from the ropes. And now locking in an armbar from the back. Yukiko having to break it up. And Yukiko buying Chie just enough time to recover. Now Chie in the corner. Senna creating distance, saying, no, you cannot use our corner. Chie going for the pin, only 1. Back into the corner, tagging in Yukiko for a all-out attack. The trip, the elbow drop. Taking the leg out from underneath Mio, and now Yukiko. Heading up top, diving leg drop from the top. Right across the neck, going for the cover. Here comes Senna to break it up. A slingshot leg drop, not enough distance on it though. And Mio forcing Yukiko back up to her feet. Face first into the canvas, not once but twice. And Mio forcing Yukiko back up to her feet. Snap suplex. And now climbing up top. Lining up. And a cross body splash connects. Into a running elbow drop. Irish whip into the corner. Tagging in Senna. And a chain attack. Senna sending Yukiko right into the referee. Walking her to the eastern ropes. And using the bottom rope as leverage to just Stomp down on the trachea. Yukiko somehow kicking Senna off of her. Up, over the shoulder. Bashing the knee into the shoulder. Trying to make it numb, and now Chie back into the ring. Senna immediately tackling Chie. Looking for the stomp, gets out of the way, but now Senna walking the tightrope. Double leg drop kick. And cover. 1, 2, no. We are still going. Senna walking Chie back into the northeast corner. Pulling her away. Scoop slam. And now the high ankle lock trying to make Chie tap. Yukiko having her break it up, and just a clothesline for good measure. Looking for an elbow drop. Chie gets out of the way. But now Senna sending Chie for an Irish whip. Scoop slam. Chie back up to her feet. Spinning back heel kick out of nowhere. And not going for the cover, instead tagging in Yukiko. Trying to keep things simple, although I think you could have gone for the tag after the pin, but whatever. And now Yukiko. Jumping DDT into the pin. 1, 2. Here comes Mio to break it up. Senna kicks out just in time. And there's the leg drop actually connecting from Yukiko. Tagging Chie back in. Momentum has swung completely in the opposite way. And now Chie looking to put things away with the spinning back heel kick. 1, 2, 3. Well, that was a perfect example of it doesn't matter what the match is looking like for, 90% of it. All that counts is who is still standing at the final bell. There are many ways you can get there. But the only thing that matters in the record book is who gets there. Senna unfortunately falling just a bit short. And Yukiko with that facebuster, dragging it to 2, bringing in Mio, and then Chie, the spinning back heel kick to put it away. And our penultimate matchup of the evening. Introducing first, unfortunately losing his Nexus Championship belt to Nier just last week. Unable to get it back because of the Nexus Championship stipulation. They're looking to bounce back and potentially make a push for the men's cruiserweight belt here. He has been doing well, so the title shot might just be in his future. And his opponent, unfortunately, coming up just short. It is a triple threat match against Akechi and Akihiko on Sunday.
And his opponent from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 161 pounds, Sergio Eric Army.
It is Shinjiro Aragaki. And here we go, referee rings bell. Gundham immediately running towards Shinjiro with a clothesline. Shinjiro ducking underneath. And trying to mount a counterattack. Hammering down with a ground and pound stomp to the chest. And there's another motorcycle. I'm sorry. It is a really beautiful day, first of the year, and just want to have my window open, man. Shinjiro with a chop right across the side of the head, and again. Going for the cover, only one. And now Shinjiro is cranking on the neck. And Gundham fighting out easily of that submission attempt. And a running kick right to the chin. Picking up Shinjiro. Slamming him down once. And twice. And now Gundham just trying to stomp a hole in Shinjiro's chest. The ground and pound. But Shinjiro kicking out. Slugging right hand. And a kick right to the shin. Turning Gundham around. Up, over, and Gundham fights out. And a spear into the into a roll-up, one. And Shinjiro turning that around. Rolling up Gundham now. There's one. Gundham turning that around. Backpacks pin. Not even a one. And now Shinjiro stomping a hole into Gundam's chest. And now throwing Gundam down. 1, 2. No! But Shinjiro not letting up. Sending Gundam for an Irish whip. Head scissor, or rolling head toss, or rolling head scissor toss. Really don't. I still have no idea. I'm sorry. Shinjiro up top. And a flying head scissor toss. Stomping down on the forehead, stomping down on the wrist. Gundam kicks out. And now Shinjiro just throwing Gundam down with that neck breaker. Uppercut to the chin. And now Shinjiro scrambling up top. Diving knee to the chest. Here's the cover. 1, 2, 3.
Here is your winner, Sergio Eric Army.
And once again, Gundam Tanaka coming up just a bit short. And Shinjiro Aragaki might be on a title run. He might still have his eyes set and might try to take the belt away from Akihiko, who is... We're trying to sit him out. We're trying to get him to not... We're trying to get him to rest. And now our main event of the evening. Introducing first. She is your newest, well, current, newest Women's Universal Champion. It is the Ultimate Soldier, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Representing the Bad Girl from Kyoto, Japan, the Women's Impact Universal Champion, Ultimate Soldier Mukuro.
And Mukuro taking the belt away from Samus in just the second round of the Roulette Match at Against the Odds, and I don't think she's planning on getting rid of it or letting go of it anytime soon. And her opponent.
Future, Samus
It is your former Women's Universal Champion, Samus Aran. And here we go, refereeing spell. Mukuro immediately running towards Samus, but Samus stepping out of the way. And a counterattack, knee to the eye. The ground and pound stomp to the chest. Now Samus along the apron. Crossbody kind of connects. Mukuro with the reversal. Picking up Samus, throwing her down. And back up to her feet. Samus stepping out of the way. Now locking up. Samus turning this into a headlock. Gaining side control. And just cranking on the neck. Mukuro turning that into a head triangle. Just putting immense pressure on the solar plexus. And just throwing Samus down. Into the cover. One. Only one. And a stomp to the back of the head. And again. Mukuro heading up top. Diving elbow barely connects, but barely is enough. Stomp to the chest, stomping down. Samus with the reversal. And throwing Mukuro for an Irish whip, diving underneath. And Mukuro stuffing that knee to the chest. And Mukuro, the Dragon Sleeper from the corner. And here's the cover. One. Still only a one count. A long one count, but a one count nonetheless. Mukuro sending Samus for an Irish whip, diving underneath. And a scissor kick into the pin. 1, 2, no. And now Samus pulling on the arm. And just throwing hands down at Mukuro. Picking her up. And just throwing her down in the corner. And now Samus. Morph ball submission locked in. And Mukuro kneeing herself out. But Sam is turning that into a reversal. Stomping down on the back of the head, elbow to the side of the head. And now morph, ball, neck breaker. Cover. 1, 2. No, Mukuro kicks out. We are still going. Sam's can't believe it. The audience can't believe it. And a springboard satellite DDT. Samus kick right between the shoulders. And now flying from the heavens, rolling up in a pin. 1, 2, still Mukuro kicks out. Crossbody from Samus. Mukuro still seemingly on the back foot. And now in a lot of trouble here. Samus lining up. The Rings of Saturn, I think. I don't know. I don't actually know. I know that's a move. I don't know what it is, but fuck it. Whatever. And the cover. 1, 2. Finally. It was a non-title match, so it wasn't complete revenge, but well, I mean, at least Samus got it done. And Mukuro seemed like she had it early, but Samus just holding on. Doing what she does best and just extending matches. And that is exactly what got her the victory here tonight.
Here is your winner, Samus Aran.
And with that, I'd like to thank you all for joining us here tonight and hope to see you, of course, on Wednesday for Wingcrest and Friday for Eclipse as we prepare to enter my favorite PLE, the Elimination Chamber. But until then, we are signing out from the Windy City, Chicago, Illinois. See ya.